What is up, guys? Sabrodini here, and welcome back to Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, we've made it all the way to the end. We got through the entire northwest section of the map and made it to the final dungeon. We pissed through that. We got through a couple of new bosses, a couple of old ones as well, and finally made it to the last boss. And guess what? Oh my god, his reputation absolutely lives up to the hype. He is kicking my ass. Holy Christ. Good job from Software. Nice. There's something very final about this boss as well. Like, it makes me think that maybe they want to take a break after this. They definitely deserve it. I'd like them to move directly away or something. Like, I think they've been probably developing these games non-stop since Demon's Souls, you know, and it's a hell of a record, like one that no other developer can live up to. But I'm starting to see the cracks all over the place, literally and figuratively, and I'm starting to see a little bit of the creativity just gone, you know. With a lot of double bosses and bosses with entire move sets from other bosses and stuff like that. I mean, it's not unlike you know, developers to do that. It's time saving. It's a way of actually letting the player learn as well, where it's like, hey, you remember you were dodging from this? Well, try it again. But yeah, I love these guys. You know, they're not perfect. No developer is. We're all just human at the end of the day. But oh my goodness, yeah. For all the beauty and all the love they get, these guys definitely deserve a long vacation. Holy shit. Alright, let's get in there. So I thought we would fight a couple of other bosses, just run around for a bit before we crack at them, because the beauty of these Souls bosses, if you're getting your ass handed to you like I am, if you're having trouble, my best bet is, my best advice is to go away for a little bit. Whether you play a different game or play some other part of the game or whatever you need to do, just go away, go outside, do whatever you want, live your life, sleep on it, whatever you need to do, and then come back to it with renewed vigor, and more importantly, that muscle memory will kick in. The brain never stops working, so hopefully when you attempt it, I've done this countless times, where you go back in the next session and beat him in the first couple of tries, and you're like, what the fuck was that about, you know? Because you're so ingrained, sometimes you're just so heated, you're psyching yourself out. Like, because I play better off stream than I do on stream, mainly because I'm chatting and keeping things alive, and honestly just sometimes just fuming and spitballing and talking shite, really, you know. But the beauty of doing that is you kind of have to, huh? But so yeah, nothing has really changed here. I put a few, like, I was still going with the twin blades. I put a few levels into endurance, as I said I was going to do, so I could maybe keep my light roll, because he is that disgusting that I need to do that. What I did do, a noticeable change, is I changed my cold twin blade, which was frostbite, to bleed as well, and we've taken care of Eleanor's. I love Eleanor's. We can't do Ashes of War. That boss fight is too ridiculous. So we're gonna free that space up to do more DPS, and more importantly, more bleed build up, you know. So Eleanor is a lovely kind of special, unique weapon, and it's kept me going the whole way through. But you know, it's only like a 70 or an 80 bleed build up, you know. And if you make your own bleed weapon and then you level that bitch up, you're looking at around 130 bleed build up. That might not seem like much. That is unbelievably different. Now, we did find a brand new twin blade which does this amazing spinning beam thing. Really cool. Also can't use it in the final boss, and it's given me 2 doors away from it as well. So yeah, great job on that. That's why I want to roll over and play again. We'll see if we can do that. See if we can even beat him, huh? Next. We're so close. We are so close. So I thought we'd come down here and fight some bosses that I missed. Maybe do a quick cave, just to kind of shake off the shit. Here, I saw this bear earlier. I don't know if he's a genuine boss. We know our bears. Let's see, is it a horse fight? Hello, sir. He's got fucking horns as well. Everybody has horns here. Nice. Ralva, the great red bear. How you doing, girl? You do magic too? Is there a boss in the game that doesn't do magic? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z or something. Alright. In my experience, as you can see, you always fare better. Oh shit. Maybe I don't. Being off your horse. Oh god, look at that. We got bites, we got like ground magic or something. A nice bit of bleed proc there, good. Sheesh, Toro, Anthony Bandero. Hope you're all doing well on this fine Friday. Just kind of shaking off the rust. We're doing a nice bit of damage. That's what I like to see. Ooh, he's got a yell as well. Now, in terms of the Ash of War, you have to pick one to get the affinity or the element on your weapon. This one I just picked Bloody Slash. There's a little bit of damage, then bleed damage like that. Nice. Not that powerful or anything. That was more the bleed proc that did that than that. Nice. 180,000 for him. Okay. Pelt of Ralva. Ralva. You cannot have a single boss or anything about that. What do you do? A lot of the stuff in DLC has extras and you know, enhances incantations of what is jokingly called the Bear Communion. People turn into bears, and three to hide one at the end of a bloody bout is just the thing to make a wild bear out of a warrior. Nice. Yeah, a lot of this stuff has extra. I've enjoyed this DLC. In terms of pacing, it trumps the original game tenfold. In terms of like boss, it's so hard to say because people get really up in arms about this stuff. In terms of like boss fairness, design, moveset, all that kind of stuff. Like, I know fairness is a joke in these games, but it's not really. You do have to have good pacing inside of a boss where it's like, hey, here's a chance to breed, here's a chance to attack. I think it's been pretty rough. As a mainly Dex melee user, which is considered, you know, bleed is quite strong and OP and all that. I get that. But otherwise, your DPS is on the lower side of things for melee, you know. So yeah, you're in the trenches. You are absolutely in the trenches over here, which I like. You know, it's my struggle. I like it. Not gonna shit on anyone else's. Like, I might give out about magic in the game and magic users every now and then, mainly just because, you know, we had a 3-on-1 NPC fight and all three of them were using magic. You know, they weren't even magic users. It's melee, and then you turn around and they're doing the one-shot kills. You know, it felt very much like playing actual fucking online stuff. Alright, so I have yeah, PvP. I have a couple of these here. Let me see. What's this one here? The wee Bonnie jail. Did we do that one? The ones I put a skull on, I didn't go in. Let's go try that one. Just do a few little caves here, like you know, just a couple of minutes worth, just to shake out, and then we'll just go back. Because honestly, if I think I start the stream straight into 7 Shades of Verdun, I'm going to go fucking mad. So we don't want to do that. I was looking last night, and we had a crack at him. And then, like, we did so well getting through everything, and I was just minding my business. As you do, you kind of get into that time loop, that time warp that bosses do. And I looked at it, and I was at him about an hour and a half. I didn't know that. I did not know. The wee Bonnie jail. I'm trying to think, did we do this one? It's hard to know. A lot of the poor jar people are stuck in the jails here. We still don't know exactly what's going on, but, oh, jeez. This is what became of Alexander, or how he came to be. I'm freaking out. Freaking out, man. Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, I think our DPS is pretty nice. The new Twin Blade was doing amazing, but it had a frozen maggot. It had a holy affinity, which is really good against the final boss in the first phase. Then it is useless in the second. As far as I can tell, anyway. I went from doing chunks to chip, you know, and that's no good to me. So yeah, everything in terms of my stats and that, I put more into strength because my dex is maxed out, soft capped, and vigor is at 60. Any more than that, and you're only getting very diminishing returns. You're getting a little bit more health, but we're talking about 6 health per, you know, that's just worthless. Although I did beat the Frenzied Lord on the second attempt with 8 health left, and something else. So yeah, with the Twin Blades, it's just the standard Twin Blade, and then the God Skin Peter, which is usually one of the better ones. So the DLC added another new one. It was called the Black Blade or something. I have the Gargoyle ones and that. The reason I kept the Twin Blade, honestly, it's just out of sheer familiarity. The Jump L1, which does the blender attack, as I like to call it, is still one of my favorites. And I noticed, like, I was messing around with Uchi-Katanas, I messed around with even the Rivers of Blood. I messed around with. Like, I didn't have much time. It was a little bit last night before I just completely fucking passed out. I do not have time, you know. You'd be thinking about it and working, and you're like, nope. Thinking about, you know, bills and that, but yeah. Honestly, the last few attempts we did last night was on Frost, and I was extremely impressed with that. But the problem with Frost is you get more damage afterwards, about 10 to 15% I think damage, maybe even 20% damage afterwards, which is really nice. Like, don't get it twisted. But the issue is, it's all not worth a damn because you can only proc that once. And then it kind of has to reset and cool down. Now, people, as usual, have found a way to cheese that where you can carry a torch with you and do a small torch attack, and that resets the frostbite because of heat, you know? Which is fucking mad if you think about it. Yeah, I'm just messing around with this bloody slash. I don't, like, in terms of, like, bleed build up, like, you're not going to get any better. You know, you can use certain things, like I think Mogs gives you more damage when there's bleed around and that. Like, that's an option for sure, because my DPS is very much at a point where I can't do much more to it, unfortunately. These are the old blobs from Dark Souls 1. A lot of returning stuff. We fought the Dancing Lion again. They duplicated that boss. But this time he summoned the frogs from Dark Souls 1 and 3 and that. It's really mad to see them. I don't think I'd seen them in the game. Maybe they were in the game. Is there anything in here? There's a jail for all these, like, fetuses and human pieces of crap. What was that? Invigorating cured meat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cured meat, my ass. There's a boss in here? This feels very bossy down here. This is so nasty. This is like a meat distribution plant, except for one problem. They're like humans being shoved into jars. Hello? Makes me sad. Frozen maggot. You maggot. Yeah, so I have enjoyed the DLC. Like, people talk about, like, Game of the Year and all that. It's complete nonsense, honestly. Love From Software. We started playing Bloodborne again out of just sheer missing that kind of tight layout. And, like, Elden Ring is fantastic. But it is not their peak. It's far from it. I feel like as they've moved sort of away from things, doing things different with Bloodborne and then Sekiro, it's kind of rearranged their developer diary thought process, you know? So this is why we have bosses like Millennia and that, which don't really have a place. And you can see that their speed, like they develop these games and bosses now at such a speed. Not just, I mean, in development time, I mean, like, in combat. Everything feels like it's about 30% faster than you ever could be. And this is where things like Bloodhound Step or Blood Step, whatever it's called, I don't really use it. It's an Ash of War, I believe, that allows you to step back like a slide. It's really, really useful. I see people use it. And the iframes are off the charts as well. Yeah, that people love that shit. That's very much like a little Sekiro, I think. I mean, it's something I could consider. For sure. It's nothing that you can't. Now, in terms of the armor, we're kind of pick a mix. Because, as I said, I put a little bit into endurance. Our equipment load. It obviously has the added benefit of giving us a little more stamina too, which is good. But I didn't really need that. But the equipment load I need. So what I want to do is trying to maintain the light roll, because we need that for the meteors and stuff. And then I wanted to try and put some armor on, because there is a little bit extra damage negation there, so it kind of takes you from dying in 3 hits to possibly dying in 4 or 5. I was using the armor Solitude and still using this goofy little headpiece. I don't think it really matters that much anyway. Yeah, we even battled naked for a while too, which I enjoyed. That's what kind of got me into the fever of that, like the light roll. In these games, you're fine with medium roll, but the added iframes and speed of the light roll is so tempting. It's like, you know, fucking tequila flavored nipples. You just can't help yourself. I'm telling you. So once I figured that out, 2 of his excruciatingly difficult movesets were now possible to dodge. Now, you know, I've spoken before, like, you know, changing your build around for one singular boss, I mean, it is part of the game, but I would argue that you're kind of relearning stuff, and I don't know, it's not always worth it. Sometimes you're better to go with what you're familiar with, unless it's a radical change. If you're just fucking resetting your person, going strength over or magic or whatever, I get that. Or like when I see people go from, say, a Rivers of Blood, and they're like, fuck this, and they go fingerprint shield, which is, you know, a literal wall that you use, a great shield, and you know, some kind of poking stick or whatever. So you can see that they didn't just change their build up, they've now changed their entire like playthrough. Basically, it's like, oh, this was a magic playthrough, now it's the, you know, that's fine. You know, I do think people are like, oh, you gotta use a shield. I don't think so necessarily. Now, the holy is out of control. There's no doubt about that. I have to figure that out. But this double beal, the beauty of bleed is, now double bleed, is that you can keep proccing bleed no matter what. That's why I've stuck with it. I've done an entire series playthrough with Uchikatanas with the bleed, and you get mixed results for sure, good and bad. Like sometimes, does this take me up? I saw it move up. It's going down. Okay. So yeah, I've done Uchikatana, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, you name it, and I've loved it. Are you you're sitting on this? Thank you. I'll leave that there. He's acting as an elevator. I won't kill him. So I know bleed, trust me, and it's always had differing results depending on the game. Like some games, your bleed is awful bad. I think it actually goes according to the number of the game and the series, actually, you know. So yeah, so I've had to use a little bit of equipment load boost just to see. I have a little bit of the Crucible Knights on and things like that. No, I like to use... Oh, I have the Swaddling Cloth on. Okay, I'm blind. I like to use the Swaddling Cloth when I'm fighting mobs. I don't really care too much about bosses. The Swaddling Cloth was good because when I would use Bloodblade Dance on Eleanor's, not only couldn't be broken, but you'd get about a quarter of your health back, so it would allow you to tank a lot of your attacks, you know. So, Jessica, hello. Thank you for the follow. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. You a fan of these games? Have you ever tried them? Hope you're doing well. Are you a graphic designer yourself? How's life treating you? Time for a boss. Alright, but you Steak America? I think I just walked by one, did I? No, I don't think so. There she is. You notice that she always has missing body parts. Sometimes it's her head, her arms. It's to show that each of her statues have been defiled. They've been defiled. Alright, let's see what we got going on in here. Ooh, Curse Blade. Labyrinth. Oh, we're doing this again? Every time I fight these guys now, they're doing some kind of a crazy magic. We had this guy called Lament or something. He was cool. Dude, that nearly did a third of his health in one hit. That's ridiculous. There is another blood move that people were talking about called Seppuku, which is, you can imagine. And it has a kind of, all the bleed attacks seem to require you to take a hit or two and die, you know. Nice. You can see how Curse Blade Mira. So they're called Curse Blades. Interesting. He's stabbing me with. They're more of the horn scent, the Omen children. They're all connected to each other. Anything with horns. I think even the final boss has horns too, which is crazy. Nice. Yeah, I'm well. Nice. Ah, good. Yeah, we've been trying to tackle the final boss. I'm just kind of running around in a couple of caves here. We fought Big Red Bear and we just fought that boss there. So just kind of more me just having the chat, having a think. If I just start back into the boss, I'm going to be like brain dead. Hold on, is this where we come in? I think so. So is there a way back out? Usually these kind of dungeons, they just have this little tiny spiritual drop in the background. There it is. And it just brings you back to the start of the dungeon. Cool though. Cool dungeon. More about these jails. They would lock people in here and then shove them into the jars. And these cool jar people, the pot people, it became a emote on Elden Ring, or on Twitch 2 years ago. That's how popular it was. And now look where we stand now. Now we find the truth of it. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a cheeky joke from Miyazaki. He loves doing that shit. If he's not trolling the player, he's having a joke. So the joke would be that we all have maybe plushies of the pot guy, or we have used the emote, or it's like, hey, do this on stream, you know. And lo and behold, we now figure out that they're horrible, grotesque amalgamations of human flesh shoved into a pot. Now, why there's scorpions over here, I don't know. It must be got to do with the rot bitch. So the way bleed works in these games is, it doesn't matter how much health the bosses have, the enemies have. When you get it, they have to be susceptible to it, but when you get it off, it's going to do about 10% of their grand health. Now that might not seem like much, but if you're doing it in a boss, and a lot of these DLC enemies have catastrophically huge health, you know. I believe the final boss is somewhere in the vicinity of 50,000 health, you know. So when I started a fight last night and I noticed that I did 300 health to a boss with 50,000 health, yeah, needless to say, I was extremely fucking pissed off and sad. I was more sad. Now, the nerves got to me as well. I psyched myself out. Like, as we said, Kai Cenat spent 50 hours on this final boss alone, not on just the DLC, on the fucking thing alone. Alright, let's put a flag down here now. No, marker. So we'll move that away and put a flag that shows that I did that one already. Any other ones I didn't get to do? What's this one? Another. I feel like I did some of these jails. See, I might have done them on stream and then just not put the flag down. I just wanted to do this, possibly get myself up to another level as well. I don't know, at this point, like, what do you do? Like, levels matter not. But, you know, obviously, a build, it's another one of these jails. Whoa. These builds are very interesting because you can still max out certain things. Like I said, like, I went after a lot of materials. I went after a lot of strength because I'm a dex build. You don't put points into strength that much, but strength is the only stat that actually pertains to defense, you know. But the game has an unusual defense system. You have a base defense stat which does its thing, but then you also have damage negation, which is where the armor comes in. And people have tried to do the maths and everything. Nobody can figure out exactly what it means. Then you have these talismans can make you take less hits from strike damage and the headshots and backstabs and all this shit. So it's very, very tough. It's a very intricate system. It's a lot of meddling as well. They're just going back to Bloodborne and having just, what, 6 stats or something, and that's it. That's all you ever have to care about. Maybe the blood gems in your weapons. That's it. That's like Elden Ring is quite messy in that regard. Hence why you have thousands of items that they had to implement a system where they're like, we're sorry this is so confusing. Here's a new system where you can find out where your new items are coming from. I think in their search to create a sort of a Skyrim or Breath of the Wild for Dark Souls, they've jumped the shark and then have you fight the shark and then ride out on the shark in a Sharknado. It's so much. It's so fucking much. Not the jar or anything but that. Cool. Nice. There's so much lore in this. Like, I still love their type of storytelling. It's just whenever you have a chat with it, you either are going to sound like Bati Vidya, or you're going to have people with massive conflicting things going on. Mostly, Miquella is the bad guy in all this. We're going to have to climb down there, aren't we? Okay. But, to me, it starts, just like in real life, it starts at home. And I'm telling you, America, she is the big bad bitch, and she always has been. And then, when you go that far, she has been pulled and pushed. Oh god, I thought I missed her because of the chain. She's been pulled and pushed by the 2 fingers. Now we have a jump, we can be a little more precise with this. The 2 fingers, we know they had been gone, driven mad. Oh my god, those chains are really fucking me. And we don't know exactly what drove the 2 fingers mad. It might have been just from arriving here in the lands between or something. Looks like I could have landed over there. I might have to take a little bit of fall damage. There's no way of retracing my steps now. It's okay. It's alright. Let me take a fall damage here. Nope, they have everything perfectly timed so that you don't take fall damage. It's so sad. You see these little dudes and they're like little, almost like little families. I like the jar people. They're basically the mushrooms from their other games. That's all they are. You notice how some of them maintain their walk around as jars and others come out like fucking baby fetuses. This one has my head more. All on that day. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting for sure. In terms of like how I feel about the final boss, I think he's a good final boss. Second phase is a bit shite. Just because I feel like his health doesn't reset, so thankfully that's good. And he doesn't gain health from you, so can't complain too much. But I do think his resistance is changing afterwards. Seems a bit of an odd one. It's not unheard of for an enemy to change elements in the second phase. It's usually par for the course. Are they like exploders or something? Kinda. Oh, you dirty bastards, we're right there. Jesus. It'll always scare me, even though ever since Dark Souls 3, they've kind of done away with that. You can fall on ashes and all this other stuff. If they pertain it to have no fall damage, then that's what they say. Pretty much since Ashes of Variant though. But they had a few moments of it. Lost Ashes of War that allows you to duplicate certain Ashes of War. What the fuck is going on here, boys? Anyway, yeah, pretty fucking cool. I love this story. These are things that they wish they could make fucking movies out of, because they don't have the first clue how to do something like that. But yeah, it'd be nice if I can. I'm gonna finish this and then maybe go for an attempt at it if I can get close to the souls I need. If we finish that, that'd be great. We could play a little something else. So much to play. Like it's a little jar mage. There's definitely something up on top of that, but I think it's a trick, you know. I think I'd have to try and climb up another one. I don't think you can summon your boy in here. No, you can't. Might be able to trick it here, no? No, I think they put an invisible wall there on purpose. Normally you'd be able to climb that stone. No, it seems like maybe you can get back up on top of all these pots and then jump across at the risk of falling down and breaking your tuchus. Maybe over here? No, these all break. Maybe not. No, they did. Anyway, it's all good. It's for items that I could never want, never need, never use the shit to give me anyway. This is always the way. The question is, how do you get through this area? This seems like a jar you could climb up. Come on now. Don't be silly. That's right there, you goofballs. Whatever. So yeah, I'm okay. There we go. I'm okay with the state of the boss. I don't know, people are reaching their limit and their end with it. Yeah, I'm weird like that. I get a different kind of thing. Like, don't break shit. I don't rage like that, but I most certainly do kind of like, I'll be like thinking about stuff like how could we fix this, how could we do that, and then it leads to me shitting all over the devs and that. That's not very healthy behavior either, but you know, you play enough of these games, you ain't no armchair dev or nothing, but you most certainly have a little bit smaller amount of knowledge on maybe not how they're created, but definitely the do's and don'ts of what works and what doesn't work. There's a very good reason why people are taking a hard look at new Souls-likes like Lies of P and that, and asking themselves, is this better than some of From Software stuff? Normally you get a Souls-like and it's little jankums and kind of doing its own thing and you move on, you know. Hefty crackpot. There was a guy come in yesterday and he goes, I have been wrecking with these pots. People will find cheesy builds. Now, the one of the cheesiest builds they found was the perfume build. There's actually these perfumes in the game. Even though they're called perfumes, it's not about smell. They're actually used as igniters, you know. Some of them do lightning and everything. But for the most part, it's like fire, explosions. And they have massive, massive hitboxes, you know. You can literally almost do it about 200 degrees around your person, and as you can imagine, that's been crazy powerful and crazy hype. But innard meat, gross. With great power comes great cheese, and as soon as From Software got wind of this, they lapped that shit up. So I think that's all been nerfed. But maybe the pot stuff hasn't been nerfed by the sound of our good friend that came in yesterday. It sounds like he's fucking chilling, Big Willie style. Is this where we need to go? I don't know where to go actually from here. Just take a guess. So yeah, we'll see. People find it all the time, like, you know, rivers of blood and that. I mean, bleeding, I use bleed. It's up to them whether they want to make it too strong or too weak or whatever. But as time goes on, I do get the vibe that just maybe that maybe it is a bit cheesy in its own right, you know. I don't know. I use bleed because it is an element that allows me to transcend the limits of the dexterity DPS, you know. These are limited builds. It's not a strength bonk build, you know. It's dexterity. It's meant to be about doing a medium amount of damage while still having the flexibility of rolling around. Whereas a strength build, you're meant to maybe not even roll at all. You're just going to tank everything and then bonk things with hammers and colossal weapons. So that's how that works. So dexterity, the DPS will... What's this little guy? Demi-human sword master. Oh, I remember these little guys. Unts. His name is Unts. Take a bit of that, Unts. I fought one of these guys down in the Cerulean coast. They were cool. I was hoping he would drop his weapon. Did you drop your weapon? Oh my god, he's some Virgil stuff. He's even got like the green sword like Virgil. That's so sick. Nice. Bloody slash didn't work from there. But it did from there. Good night, Unts. Yeah, these are small cave bosses. They're not meant to be difficult. I'm just kind of more just trying to cheese them to get a little bit of souls. There you go, 96k off them. This is new game +1 as well, so we have all the bits and bobs. I watched I watched a few streamers. I didn't see them fight the last boss yet. I'm trying not to be spoilers. It's pretty random, but anyway. I didn't see them do that yet. But what I would do was every time I'd finish my stream and go, oh, that went miserable. Let's see how other guys did. Oh, that went great. Let's see how other people did. You know, that kind of way. And that was really fun, you know. And out of everybody, you know, Kai, I think he went Rivers of Blood, didn't he? And the only person who even remotely had a similar build to me was Maximilian, dude. And he was using 2 Eleanoras. So he had gone back into New Game Plus, or somebody had dropped it for him, and he was rocking 2 of them. Now that is excess. That is seriously excess. But I argue that he's fallen into the same trap that I did. After 200 hours of using Eleanora, you really are... You've nerfed the shit out of yourself. In the most horrible of ways. The most horrible of ways. Because Eleanora is gorgeous, and the Bloodblade dance is probably one of my favorite moves I've ever seen in From Software. Outside of Magic, you know, Magic is such a beautiful spectacle. It's just not for me, you know. It's a gorgeous spectacle. Like, Jesus, the design work and particle effects and everything. I just wish every one of those particle effects didn't come with 6,000 health damage. But anyway, I digress about that kind of stuff. We'd be all day. So it was cool to see him using those, you know, a fellow twin blade boy. But I don't think having 2 Eleanoras is going to help me. He's probably long finished the game. But yeah, I don't know. I'll check it out. I wouldn't suggest doing that. Now you might say, oh, you're getting blood and flame and stuff. It's like, yeah, I suppose you are, but flame doesn't do anything. It doesn't build up over time. It's just fire damage. And so you're already losing a bit of health there. And then Eleanora is a wonderful, unique weapon, almost like a boss weapon. Only goes to +10, so you do feel it. And then also, for whatever reason, its blood bleed up is actually only on the medium scale. Only on the medium scale. So you're getting about 80 or so, you know. Hey Bernie, how you doing, sir? Happy Friday, man. Yeah, we're back on this. I thought I'd do a few little cheeky caves. We've killed 3 bosses so far, and we've only been going for 33 minutes. That's pretty good, huh? Just killing a few bosses. Just before I get back into the crazed final boss. I haven't killed the final boss yet. He's kicking my ass. Like, Kai Sennett spent 50 hours. I think I put like an hour and a half yesterday. So, yeah, I think we did. Didn't we do a little bit of this? Oh, yeah, these guys are like really unique where you have to hit them in the back. Kind of cool idea. I want to see more of that, you know? One whole singular enemy in the entire DLC that has a different way of being killed. Now, come on, boys. Come on, From Software. I know you have it in you. Give us some really cool stuff. It's got like a hidden booty gem or something. He's a booty gem. So yeah, like I didn't really have much time to do anything afterwards, you know. Like I put a few levels into endurance. I literally had like an hour or 2. That's about it after stream. And what I did was I put them into endurance so that we could equip semi-decent armor while maintaining a light roll. And then I switched my weakness. I switched my Eleanora over to the God Skin Peeler. That was about it. So yeah, that was about it. We'll see how we go. These are cool. I like these kind of dungeons. Do that. He's back on the blobs. These are magma blobs. To make short work of them, but not as tough as the other guys. But how are you doing, sir? I hope your Friday's going good. Of course, even the magma blobs have magic. Yeah, I've enjoyed this DLC, but I sense fatigue, you know. It's wonderful, but I sense a lot of fatigue, and I don't like to see that in a developer. Like, for instance, Just Cause 3 versus Just Cause 4, or Saints Row 3 versus, you know, you get this level of fatigue that the developer just doesn't really want to do this kind of stuff anymore, maybe, or they're just running out of ideas. I used to sense it all the time. When you were a kid, you were just so hyped to play games, but if you went from, say, Crash, you know, Crash fucking 2 and 3 and all the spin-off stuff, and Tomb Raider, you know, 7 Tomb Raider games every single year. But that was different. Nowadays it's like every 3 years. I get that. Oh, this guy takes a knee, but you can't get a visceral on him only from behind. Alright, you say so. He gives you 5k, not bad. Not bad. I thought I saw a ladder in here. Am I going blind? It was just right down the bottom. Yeah, so it's interesting. You know, I've been definitely greedy and mentioned how I wanted like a Bloodborne 2 and a Sekiro 2 more than I'd want sequels to this, but it's up to them. Honestly, I would rather them just take a nice break, you know? Take a huge break and don't come back to like the PS6 generation and really blow us away, both graphically and whatever they want to do, even if it's not a Souls-like. And then in the meantime, you know, let Bluepoint or whoever do like maybe a Bloodborne remake like they did Demon Souls, and then I think I couldn't ask for more than that, you know. If you think about what we've got from them, it's insane. We've got Elden Ring and basically Elden Ring 2 with this DLC. We got Armored Core 6. We got a lot of juicy things, you know. I know in one generation we got the entire Dark Souls trilogy, but times have changed. Times have changed. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe we didn't even have Dark Souls 3 on. I wasn't on 360, was it? Probably not. Either way, they had like Dark Souls. And Dark Souls 2, like Scholar of the First Sin, was basically like a remake, you know. I think that shit comes easy. No, it doesn't. Smithy Talismans. What's that? How much do these guys give you in terms of souls? Yeah, 1600. I guess it'll add up if there's 6 or 7 of them. Look at them, they're like fucking rubber patches, Terminator. This is one of these, they were clearly using these fire spirits. You can see everywhere we go, it's just more pain and torture. Using these guys to power up their forges. And even in the forges, you have some of the horned people. They really did treat them horribly. Is this some kind of forge or what is this? It's like an elevator. Going down. Well, happy Friday. Yeah, what are you up to today yourself? What have you been playing? You've been going on a mad 360 kick. I'm glad. I've seen they added a few more, but yeah, they've been a bit slow on that. They'll keep adding them, you see. Keep adding sales. All they want is show money. I have like 18 or 20 different games that I want to get that way. I don't know if these guys are even worth fighting. Like 5k for all this kind of bellyache. That seems to do a lot of poise damage. Does it? No, maybe it doesn't. Felt like it was. Definitely never broke down the final boss's poise. I don't think that's even possible. Maybe. People are wild out there. Like anything else, you only make these games as easy or as hard as you make them, and it's very true. So me just having a difficult time with the build that I've chosen, that's on me. You see people using their stuff and flying through it. It's cool. I don't know, I always will feel weird to me if I get 99.9% of the way there and then rearrange my entire build just for final boss. People, I think, they just want end credits to just finish it, you know, kind of like, please. Oh, the Sanskrit circle. So, and I get that sentiment for sure. I wonder can they hit each other? I love when they do that. Let's see, is he hurt again? I think my bloody slash hurt him. Let's try and focus on one, of course. If I can just get over there. That lava doing stun damage midair. You guys are some feisty fuckers. I like their face, man. They look like zombies. faceless creatures. Whoa, I've never seen that before. It's like a side winder. It's cool, dude. Yeah, most of the game I've been using medium roll, you know. And, you know, we all like our light roll. It's ridiculous. Like, you can just be rolling McPherson, but you have to usually forego something. So I'm trying to, once again, do a little bit of jack of all trades, you know. And it'll end up probably still making the boss a slog, that's for sure, you know. There is no easy tickets, like I said, unless you go full random fingerprint and head bonks with a hammer or magic or something. Nice. I can't really tell which is the way forward here. What's this say? See, this is where we started. Was there no boss in here? That doesn't always mean there has to be a boss. We got like a cool new weapon, do we? Circular back hand blade engraved with a script. Alright. Command spot. Cool. Seems like one of those that you send flying in the air, is it? Oh, hell yeah. Just fucking... That's really cool. Oh, look at that. It's insanely cool. They're basically like shop rooms. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. I find like most of these weapons and stuff we're picking up, it's almost positioned for like a new game plus 2 or something. Because most people are saying like the new game plus 1, you're not gonna feel the bump too much when you get new game plus 2 and 3, and it gets into catastrophic levels. As far as I've been told, you get a new set of scatter tree fragments. Must be something to do with this, is it? Can we move this in some way? I jumped down there. That opened that. Like, that's just a circle back into that room. What is this all about? It feels like a bridge, right? Like, look at it. We went down here. It was just a whole lot of flame blobs. Unless there's some kind of secret wall behind here. You never know. I don't expect the boss, but it would seem foolish not to have one. A lot of people have given out about the performance of their, you know, a decent PC versus the final boss, you know. I hate to hear that kind of stuff. They've never been great at that, like whether it was Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3 or whatever. They've always been having issues with performance. PCs is just a whole nother ball game. And people will always kind of, when they're giving out about performance, they'll kind of lie about their PC specs or big them up, or they'll do that good old blanket. I've done it myself, where you're like, oh, my PC's not that bad, it's not too bad, it's not ultra powered, whatever, you know. They create these little caveats to hide. It's like, what the fuck? I hate that kind of side of PC mentality stuff, because you've already got the PC Master Race shite, and you've got a bunch of dumb console warrior shit, you know. It's awful on both sides, just nonsense. But for you then to have a kind of a another selection of people inside, like a splinter inside of a PC fan base that are already shitting on each other because, oh, you're AMD and I'm NVIDIA. It's iPhone and Android all over again. You don't really see that with consoles besides, you know, Xbox versus PlayStation or Nintendo or whatever. I don't necessarily see people like, oh, you've only got a PS4, I have a PS5, or you've only got a PS4 Pro or whatever. I don't really see that much. You will see a little bit. It tends to be more kids or anything. Mostly people are just happy you're in that. Look how cool that looks from now. Jesus, that's so cool. I was under the shadow the whole time. Very, very cool. Very cool. Alright, it would always be the way. I'm like 50k short. That's highly annoying. Don't know if there's anything else over there. I'm fucking 50k short. Let me see, who gives good shoulders? Fucking nobody. What do these guys give you? 2k, like, get the fuck out of here. You'd have to fight 25 of them. Bullshit. I think that's what happens once you get to a certain level. You know, even at the level, I put a lot of levels into this build. it's really like you need to turn over and go to New Game Plus 2 already, you know. That's when you'll get more souls per thing that way, you know. Jeez. Probably shouldn't have walked into the middle of them. Anyway. What's going on? Oh, it zaps you of your stamina, does it? I have nothing there. Let's see, maybe I have another cheeky cave. I could always look them up as well. I don't know whether there was a boss in there or not. Hold on, something's attacking me. That's a little big. Now, you might think he won't knock you off your horse. You fucking bet your ass he won't. Anything else here? Dark Light Catacombs, and we did that. Might as well put a flag there as well. I like filling out the map. But I'm not against like looking up a guide sometimes. Like, fuck that. Not for the bosses though, but for like me trying to find a specific item. Or like I had to look up how to get through the fucking hinterland stuff because it was way too dumbass obtuse. Who the fuck would know about an emote and let alone have it on you? It's like a puzzle with 3 levels on it, but it's entire. It's like finding something on one end of the map in Breath of the Wild and having to put it somewhere else. How the fuck would you know? Yeah, so there's definitely mountains of caves that I haven't done. Just don't have them found on the map yet. They don't technically show up until you hit the site of grace inside of it. The final dungeon. It's yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. It's grand. There's a couple of places where you fight these divine crucible knight type lads, and once you fight them, they're bollocks hard. There's no doubt about it. Like they're basically like the dancing lion, just in human form. Once you fight those, though, the whole wide area. It's very Erdtree in here. The whole wide area just nothing going on in it. You have to run through it, and it's like Jesus Christ. Would it have fucking killed you? Add something else here. I don't like, even with boss arenas, I don't like when there's nothing left afterwards. Some people might see it and go like, that looks nice and empty there for the boss once stood. Like, do something with it. Put an NPC in there or something, I don't know. Yesterday you mentioned Call of Duty Advance and Infinite. I enjoyed both. Yeah. A Hamster Playground game came out yesterday. Looks like a party game, arcade style. Never heard of it. I'm waiting for a squirrel with a gun though. I am so down for a squirrel with a gun. And Angry Foot, Killer Bean. Yeah, lots of good little games. But yeah, the Advanced Warfare one. I'm trying to remember. Is that the one with the exoskeleton, exosuit? Didn't enjoy that one. I think it's Infinite people shit on. They get them confused like I do. Infinite's the one that's basically like fucking Star Wars or something. It's fucking amazing. No, I think this is like the only guy who actually comes back. All the rest of them disappear. Look at that damage. That's crazy. You don't have to look at the damage if you don't get hit, right, Bosh? None of us are getting hit here. Somebody hit somebody, please. Nice, mid-air. Post selector. Damn, I'm stuck in the corner. It's me or him. Nice. This random little jar wouldn't break, huh? And there's a little jar on the ground there. Goofy bastards. Very different between combat designer, level designer. They should be the same person or working hand in hand. Very rarely is that the case. You end up with dumb shit like Fortnite as well, just placing dumb shit all around the world. Like bicycles. No one uses. And I know it's world building, blah 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 blah. What the fuck has a pot or a bicycle got to do with world building, Brian? Just makes it feel lived in. Yeah, I'm very happy with this break from Fortnite. Like Jesus, glad it's gonna make me feel at least renewed for a little bit. I'll wait till the next season comes out. It's been so buggy as well, like, you know, like, I can take a little bit of the cheating stuff. Pisses you off in the moment, you're like, yep, well, how's it any different in any game? But when you've got cheating on top of a kind of a shitty season, and then a completely bugged item, and then a broken item, and then the guns are kind of, you know, it just adds up. It adds up, and it literally gets to that point of camo breaking your back, and you're like, well, I don't fucking need this in my life anymore, so we'll take a fucking break. Alright, let me see. Yeah, so I'm all over the place with little bits and bobs, trying to make sure I still have light rolls. I don't think that single point was going to change anything. That's the problem. You get so little. That's why I'm using like stuff like this. Now for, let's see, we're using that as well as a little bit of equipment load. I need to figure out, do I want more health or do I want holy damage resistance, you know? That's what it comes down to. Let's give it a shot. This game, and we also could like, someone, oh yeah, Dynamite was talking about some kind of a rune or something. We could use these rune arcs. We could change ours. I don't know how to use that other rune arc. We'll give it a shot. I feel like if I get into this fight now, we're going to be in it, you know, for fucking ages. I'm weird like that. Like, you know, even my advice is to take breaks. To me, I have no problem going at it for 2 hours. This time will just fly by. Go again, go again. You see, I'm the same with Fortnite as well. I will just ready up immediately. That's the way I... The reason I do that is because time. Time is something you can never get back. So my greatest enemy is time. In every which way. Time to stream. Time to hang out with people. Time. So I can't waste it. I can't. Alright, let me see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. We'll try this. This is really just for the second phase, you know. This is just for a little bit of health and stuff. I did it more for the equipment load. I'd rather either more health with the cerulean thing. It's not cerulean, what is it? Crimson? Yeah, crimson. Either one of these crimson. This will let you heal more. So it's almost more valuable to you than more health. Because you're technically healing less, you know. So you're taking those 14 little heals into possibly 18, you know. If you want to look at it that way. If you just have to time it and know how much you're healing. It's very, very tough. We'll give them a few shots. The question is, like I said, it still is a DPS race because every boss is. You're trying to kill them, you know. It's the first to fucking finish. So how quick we get him into second phase really just comes down to what we can do. Because that's all I need. I need practice. I talked to someone yesterday on Twitter, and they said that they have been fighting him alone for 7 hours, and they've only got him into the second phase twice. And I was like, there's something seriously wrong there. You got to do something about that. So yeah, I'm not saying if you want to change up your whole build, you want to use someone's, go ahead. But yeah, that's too much. That's torture. You're poking the bear at that point. You want to strike a nice medium between, hey, I'm doing damage, this is doable. You gotta find that medium. Tell yourself you know it's possible. That one always fucks me up because he has exploding blood. You guys don't see it because I have moved the camera away. Oh shit. Now we have light stuff. It's so nice. Watch, just fucking double roll. Never have to worry about that. Sucks us in, who cares? 3 rolls away and we're safe. Good, see, that's what I want. I don't want to have to worry about those moves. Nice, now we have to keep the damage up. There's the exploding blood I was talking about. It's blood flame actually. You have to keep the damage up for the bleed build. See that there? It did about 7,000 damage there. Just to let you know, just in case you were wondering. It's doing any damage. We have to keep that up exponentially. Also have to try and hit him in his face. Alright, he was about to hit me there. That second phase, first attempt. Good. Now let's see what we're going on here. Nice. Hey, the longer we wait before he starts doing that shit, the better. Can we make it out? No, I still can't. But we have the holy protection, so I'll take that. Motherfucker. Oh shit. What you got, boy? Ooh, he got me on the last attack there. Okay. We learning. Very hard to see anything. I actually think it's more his beautiful mane of hair. He's doing the roll. Ah, too late. Too early, sir.
Miss you.
I still don't know what that's all about, but you gotta need more towers. It looks like he might be doing more holy damage there. I nearly took full health damage. There's the bleed again. Really, really heavy stuff. Yup. Gonna taste the rainbow on this one. Jesus Christ, that's me. Oh, almost killed me there. Oh, he did a singular chain of lightning. Cool. Or holy, whatever it is. Nice. Really good stuff though. That's clever. So that's to stop you rolling straight back. You know, you want to go left or right. And he's shaking up wind and dirt off the ground, and it does 800 damage. It's when he crosses both of his swords together. It's like a wind attack. That's so stupid to think about. Just think about that for a second. That you're taking half of your hellfire damage to wind. It gets me consistently because the natural instinct is either to roll forwards or backwards. None of it's worth it down. Maybe rolling forwards might actually be. We still do the tornado? No. Oh, bitch. I just want to get the first phase down to a fine art. You are doing really good. You know, with annoyance and rage, and it's really the only thing that pisses me off. I'll take a death. I cannot fucking stand when you're getting screwed over by things out of your control. Just like in real life. Sorry, sir. Did this person just fucking rear-end you? Of course. Life is mean and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, fucking take their license off them, the fuck. Fucking 80-year-old grannies fucking doing that. Be on the road. They want their independence. That's where their fucking kids should be coming in. Damn, it's the first time we did that one with me. Nice. Immediately does a vacuum suck in. Look how much health he left me with. That was intended to kill me. You were intended to die. Go. Honestly, if I could just take the hit and not do the animation of taking the hit, would be great. That's what I would. Ah, nice. I can't do. Look at that. You see, he does it in a diagonal. I can't be doing that. A fucking mane of hair, I can't see shit. This is normally where you would expect him to do the hug, you know? People said no. Jeez, that's madness personified, that is. Madness! Now wait, now do it. See, I shouldn't get hit there, see? I didn't, I don't think. What's he doing? What's he doing? Where is he? Oh, he's doing this fucking thing again, is he? The meteor? Jesus, he's back doing the meteor. That's cool. Oh, I have no heals left, boys. Oh, look at his health. I have no heals left. All I can do is go for it. Oh, look at his health. I'm cool. Jesus Christ, I had no heals. I had no heals. Wow. Wow. Oh, that was it. That was the only chance we will ever get. Wow. 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 There's nothing else I could do there because he was launching into a 6-hit combo. There would have been no window anyway, so I just went for it. I had no choice. Like, that might feel greedy, and it was. Sure, I mean, we tanked that entire fight, but it can be done. See, it can be done. Man, that was special. My heart was racing. He did some kind of meteor blast thing or something. Ah, fuck it. I'm sorry. God, that's the only chance we will ever get. Trust me alive. That's how these games work. You open up their ass for 1 second, and if you don't make a move, it's over. Open up the safe, bitches got a lot to say. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where at? That's where I start to lose the marbles, man. Like, I'm done. Cuckoo! We got the bleed proc while he was mid-air. Unbelievable, like, unbelievable. I was so happy. Like, this could be it. I just didn't have anything left in the tank, boys. I'm sorry. Just go to the second phase, you scumbag. He doesn't even take damage when he goes second phase. He just goes second. He didn't even hug us once. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing this again. Fuck this. Like, we're going to take this damage anyway. No, you have to jump, you see. Nice. Oh, was that special? Holy hell. Like, I'm absolutely shaking in my boots. Not out of fear, just out of pure adrenaline. Adrenaline? Let it sink in. Scary. Scary boy. In your own little nasty world, it can be done. I just have to play like a trooper. There's the bleed proc. Oh, it tastes so good. There's the hug missed, so we capitalize. We back up. Not good enough. Not good enough. He's going for a second hug. Just missed me. I drank about 14 times there because I was so scared. Because he's right in front of me. I drank 3 or 4 times easily. Fucked everything up. Jesus. Can you spell fear? Oh, I forgot about that. He goes full length. Fuck, dude, I need like a little extra health. Because we had him there. I need a little bit more health. Oh, and not in up above. I mean like just heals. Just heals. I might need to use the Crimson Tear. Well, you're far enough away, he'll do a fire attack, but now he's turning around doing a very quick backward slash, and it's a third of your health. It's like, how the fuck? I'm getting up off the ground. Bastard, he keeps switching that up now. He's not doing the ground pound. You fucking bastard. And now he does, of course. It's too late now, so. Bastard. God, he knows what he's doing. That fucking sequence break is a killer. Absolute killer. Your brain is so trained to perfectly dodge, and he's like, no, I have 2 stores now. Fucking sucks. He sequence broke that one and turned it into that one. Now he's doing it again. It's mad. Madness. Madness, Potter. I mean, you've been hitting him at all. I am a little bit. I'll take that, Potter. Like, it's more about the bleed anyway. Barely even swinging those things. I need to bleed. No, not this fucking crazy shit. Ah, 3/3 of my health. Fucking cunt. What is that move? Like, if you can't fucking figure it out, I'll never be able to beat him. Come on, where's the hugs? That's it. Can't believe he brings that back. It's so fucking cool. Ah, that sucks. I think I'm screwed. I think I'm screwed. I have no heals. Oh, get out of it, actually. Get out of it. Come on, just do the twister. Do the twister. Oh, look, his health. Oh, the health. I did it. I fucking did it. I did it. Oh my god, I fucking did it. And I had a heal left. I did it. I did it. Oh my god. I think he took pity on me. He did the purple twister, which is like the only move he has. Oh my god, I did it. I'm fucking shaking. I am fucking shaking. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Thank you, God. That is definitely the hardest boss day I've ever done. I had another heal left. I'm fucking crying. Remembrance of a god and a lord. Neither of them. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, God. What's this? Was there like a second ending or something? Touch memory. We fucking did it. Oh man, I didn't think I'd get it after getting so close. I had a heal as well. I was like, do I heal? Do I heal? Do I heal? Do I heal? I did it. Don't even say it. I know, dude. I said, look at his health, look at his health. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is the hardest boss. That's harder than Millennia. Because Millennia is like, I'll get all my health back and we'll start again, but it's not that bad. There's none of your rolls work, dude, because the holy that comes afterwards. Everything you know is like, gotcha, bitch. Don't they look like boots or something? Nice. That's tough. Like, in terms of balancing, I wouldn't even change any of his damage. You just need to tighten up the holy and tighten up the ground stuff, and he's fine. The flashbang stuff is tough, and his cape gets in the way when you're close, and then the hair mane of Miquella gets stuck at the second one. That's fine. Like, you just put up with that when you're that close. But I do think that they need to tighten the hitboxes of the ground and the holy, because the holy is bullshit, but it's actually completely fucking broken as well. Because there's times where you, like, how many times do we just tank moves there? AoE, tank the shit out of that. That weird thing where he holds the blades up like this, like he's fucking Wolverine. Yeah, I have to tank that as well. Do you notice me doing a lot of damage when he's doing the AoE if I'm right beside him? I said fuck it, because I realized that an 80% chance of getting hit by this stuff, or possibly running out, wasn't worth it. Just tank the damage and get that bleed going, because holy hell, like, that's all. I didn't even change my build that much. I got the god skin peeler with bleed as well, so I just did double bleed, because I always do bleed anyway, but he's clearly weak against bleed. I mean, everybody has been outside of like Mesmer. Let's have a look at this memory thing. I want to see if this looks... This is the end of the DLC. We fucking did it. That was tough. Thank you for sticking with me. So we did like an hour and a half of that, and probably another hour today. So around 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours to kill him. At that point, you don't look at how many times it took you. It's like, that was probably over 100. But no, I look at how long it takes at that point. But the Dancing Lion and Renala took me like an hour or so each. Here we go. Now let's see what the fuck Miquella was doing.
I'm going to be a god.
It's so quiet. Jesus Christ. I have a Discord. Sorry, I couldn't watch when the boss was there. No, I don't.
If we honor our part of the vow.
The vow. It's so weird. Now, it's not the first time they've done like male with feminine features or female with male features. Gwendolyn was born of the sun and the moon and is not even male or female. It's like a tentacle male female thing. But some knew them as male and some knew them as female. So that's not unheard of.
I'll make the world
I'll make a gentler place. Yeah, right. Sounds like just a coward. Why did they want to get godhood? As far as I know, Miquella's only curse is immortal circlet of light, immortal childhood, which, yeah, it sucks, but it's not that much. Yeah, so I was just going double bleed there. We had frost and bleed, so I really just changed. That's the same one as I was using. And I mix and match some armor because I needed a little bit. I put some, yeah, like my level is off the chart, but for new game +1, not bad, not bad, not bad at all. Well, yeah, what was that? Circlet of light. Sure. I'm so glad I did it. I was like, I'll tell you one thing, I've never been so nervous to fight a boss. And after hearing like 50 hours of Kai, it completely broke me. Like oh my god, because you psych yourself out. And the first couple of bosses in this DLC were excruciatingly difficult. Then you figured out the system, and that stream I did was the best stream I had of the DLC when we fought the Mother of Fingers and the Lord of Frenzied Flame. Got him on the second try, and that was kind of luck as well. I'm not gonna like toot my own horn too much there because I had 8 health left, but still. And then the Mother of Frenzied Flame, she rocked me for a while. Like it was still 5 or 6 attempts because of she kept doing this side finger thing, and it was destroying me. It did remind me of the spider. But yeah, cool battlefield. I wish it was even, because there was sometimes you'd like be on top of this and he'd get you down there and your roll didn't matter. I think we did pretty good. I started like the DPS is definitely the way to go. I think we did pretty good. Like people out there destroying them. I wish you all the best of luck no matter what you use, summons or magics or whatever, because I don't think that boss is not meant to be easy for anybody. So I wish you all the luck. In the heat of the moment I'll say some crazy shit, and I always do. That's because it's like, in a way you're kind of coping with either not being good enough to beat the boss, or just fucking failing, honestly. Like I said, I admit that I get rocked when something goes wrong, like if it's a bad hitbox. You see it happens in Fortnite as well. It must be something in my personal psyche. But, you know, I'm a stubborn person. I see it through, determined. So why did I let that thing rock me? I think it's just in the moment, like, fuck, right? In Fortnite, like, I get hit by something, you're like, no, that screwed me over. I'll even say, like, oh, I'm going down. And you might not be going down. Anyway, it's something I need to reflect on, but we did it. Nice. Yes, about 2.5, probably closer to 3. I don't know. I'd rather round up than round down. Nice. I'm glad. Definitely. I used Frost is very good too, but the issue is once he's all frosty, he looks cool, you can't make it happen again. You have to wait. So people used to carry a torch with them and they'd smack the person with a torch and that would let you build it up again. But Bleed can just go and go and go. So I didn't even use Eleonora's at the end. I didn't use the new one, which I really wanted to. We finally got a new blade, the Euphoria, which like sends out like an Iron Man beam. It's fucking sick. Ew. Yeah, it's pretty sick. But it's holy damage, so it was useless against him. So I ended up just going with a standard twin blade and then the Godskin Peter. Mainly just because it was there. I have the Twin Knight and Gargoyles and Black Blades and stuff. Good shit, yeah. Good luck whatever you do. I do suggest, only if you can't get your DPS up like me, then use Bleed. Alright, is there anything else? Is it gonna be like a thing or cutscene? Can I get up there? What is this anyway? Like Miquella came through there, so that makes me think it is, even if it looks like feet, I think it's meant to be like a gate, and maybe whatever, that's like heaven or something on the far side or something. Because his whole purpose was to achieve godhood, then he needed a lord to do that. So it looks like he didn't achieve it yet. He's sitting beside the church. It's so weird. Like, I don't think it's, like, we laugh about it and say because they're step siblings, like, oh, that's kind of weird, but I don't think it's actually a union. I don't think these gods, they're far beyond any of that kind of stuff, you know. It's more like a union of souls rather than sex, because, you know, America has herself, her other self as a god, as a lord, and it's confusing shit. She's not having sex herself. Maybe, I don't know. Kids do come from their lord union stuff, but I still don't think it's like a traditional birth. They're demigods and they're all cursed. I think it's more like an unholy union or something. I don't know. I just don't think, we're beyond even the idea of sex or whatever. What's this? I wasn't there. Oh, did someone else die? Oh, is that Thorin? Thorilla, yeah. Why is he here? His hidden needle. You notice, like, he talks of needles, and Miquella had a needle. Remember? Needles are like a big thing. He was obsessed with Saint Trina, and I think Saint Trina was actually Miquella as well, as a different entity. Are we gonna get a cutscene or anything? Like, what happens now? What happens? I want to get up there. Can we get past there? Can we ascend? I thought I'd be a Bloodborne and start turning into... Because when you do the Elden Lord stuff, it is nice. But, like, you just take a seat, you know. It's not apprentice. Hence why I like the weirder other stuff. Oh, I'm so glad. Nice. I kind of want to start it all over again, but that's what I want to figure out. Because I need a rematch with Mesmer. Can you get up there, I wonder? No. Fuck, are we going to get any kind of ending? Thought that memory was going to do it, maybe. Any other memories? Is there anything else? Hello! And what happens? Or is that just it? Like, do we get a different DLC? And like, what happens? What happens? Don't leave me. Maybe if I leave, it'll do it. Who knows? Maybe you could summon Toriel there if you wanted to. If you want to. He was originally obsessed with Miquella and then found Centrina. Maybe he wanted to kill Miquella for Centrina. I don't know. What happens now? Come on, I'm gonna have to look it up. You know how it is. What do I do now? Oh, you might have to end the main game, maybe. I want to see an ending. It better not just be that one memory. Oh, you dirty bastard. Come on. We definitely got a few cutscenes in the other games. Let's see. Maybe I just didn't do it exactly right today. Is Elden Ring the best RPG ever? Like, who the fuck? Are you mad? Alright. Something about... Let's see. Members of Radahn, consort of Miquella, hewn into the Erdtree. Power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternative, it can be used to gain... In their childhood, Miquella saw in Radahn a lord. His strength, his kindness, stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves. I wonder what Radahn was inflicted with, or afflicted. We know that he eventually was hit with the Scarlet Rot, but that's different. So Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort, which consorts his Elden Lord. But it's not like a traditional consort. Even though Fia, the Death Maiden, the Deathbed, or whatever her name is, Deathbed Companion, they kind of, she got with the Prince of Death and created the Mending Room. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't even birth children; they birth fucking like little great runes. So then, what happens? Let's go back to the. That's how you get your fucking lore. You gotta go back and use the remembrance to possibly gain some armor and stuff. It'll give you a bit of lore. Nice. I'm glad I was able to beat him with all the hodgepodge armor. Just a bit of Crucible Knight. Nothing fancy. We still ended with our cool tribute to Vivi. These little militia men masks. It's like Vivi from Final Fantasy 9.
Now,
Let's get schmitting. Oh no, maybe you go into... No, it's the finger bitches, isn't it? Finger bitches. Make money in finger bitches. That's all you gotta live by. Where are they? I hate this bittersweet emptiness comes. I can feel it washing over me. Look at these things, see? Come hither. Alright. Even though this bitch is kind of dead. Power from remembrance. Alright, look at all these. Here's the fucking... The regal ancestor. I want to know more about them. They're the only ones that didn't... They were like deep underneath the lands between. Some kind of ghost spirit. I think they had their own magic as well. And obviously... Here's the one you're talking about, the natural born. Yeah, they even call bastards stars, which is hilarious. It's like children of the stars. They are like aliens as much as we think they are anyway. Whereabouts are you in it now? It's Dragon Fire Giant. Yeah. Dancing Lion. Did we get a second one from that? Paler. Best fight in the DLC? Probably it's a mix of him and Radahn. Like, Radahn is good. I know people are pissed. You can get both of his great swords? Holy shit. It just needs a little trimming. All their bosses need that. It's like, chill with the magic. And let's just get down to brass tacks and see what happens. Can't believe he did his shooting star thing at the end. Luckily, you remember to run the fuck away from that pair of weapons. Yeah. A lion main motif. There seems to be a lot of motifs centered around lions as well. Not just the dancing lion. We have Horalu's lion as well. It's got to do with like storms. Unique skill, promise consort. Imbue the two great swords with the light of Miquella and deliver a slashing attack accomplished by columns of the lion. Yeah. When in his possession, immediately before his triumph over the stars, the swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Were in his possession immediately before his triumph. So was he already been fucked in the head from Miquella that far back? Yeah, he literally fought against the stars, but it's not just like shouting at them or jumping on them like rock to rock. He's actually fucking fighting all those star beasts and that Astel thing. Because if you go down into some of the secret areas, I won't say too much, you'll find a special school, Celia. And these are forbidden, locked off magics. And there's mention of Radahn and a few other people being down there learning. It's very beautiful. Now this one gives you something separate. Light speed slash. Assume a luminous form and leap forward, deliver a downward slash at the speed of light. This attack is followed up by additional light attack, charged to increase power. Okay. And what's this over here? His magic. Which one? That's probably the giant AoE, is the light of Miquella. Strength of Miquella upon his direct return. Wielded as incantation. Highlights forward to the pillar of light. Miquella sought to accept all that would be, but found that one refused to be embraced. No wonder. He sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. Who was that? Radahn, you think? No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. So it sounds like he might have been rejected as a god. He came back, you know. He came through those doors. He came back. He didn't need to do that. And it was clear that Radahn was still there as a defender. Interesting. I think he saw that when he was dying in the first phase, he came back. Very cool. Yeah, there were some. These were great bosses. Didn't like the Putrid Knight too much. Really horrible hitbox. Half the horse just was invulnerable to damage. She was great, but yeah, Blue Melania she is. Dancing Lion, yeah. Dragon Lords are cool. I wish we saw more of Horalu. If we ever do a sequel, he's from the east, so I would bring him back in a big way. Malakat. Malakat's story is done, even though it's kind of sad. It is what it is. Everyone else's story is pretty much done, right? Just the outer gods. Radahn could do with even more redemption, the poor bastard. He's such an incredible dude, and he's not even known as Radahn there. It's like remembrance of the Star Scourge. You can see his swords there have a special rune on them. Yeah, maybe they were given to him by Miquella. The Red Lion General. Also, he would never have to abandon his beloved but scrawny steed. Leave him alone. Alright, let me see. We should have. Oh yeah, look, see. This is Radahn's set, which I already bought, but now there's a new one. The Young Lion. You see the difference? So he was much younger, and this is the one that Miquella took over. It's hard to know because this Land of Shadow could have time manipulation in it, which I think is possible. They love doing that shit. They already do it when you go to the Dragon Lands. They could do it again. Clearly this is a younger Radahn. When we fight in the festival is destroyed with rot, and it's after the shattering. I wonder, did Melania, was she asked by, because Melania is connected to Miquella, do you think she was asked by Miquella to poison Radahn? I mean, they were going to fight forever, but I think they were locked in battle forever, because they were equals. And she used Scarlet Rot, and that's why he's just half fucked in the head. Nice. There's so much. And then like Moog, he was using some of Moog's as well. There's so many questions. And then braids. We know braids are so important. Nearly everybody in the DLC has braids. Just keep an eye on that. That's a huge motif as well. I think it's like almost like the Elden Ring itself, like a Trinity cross, but the braids are like almost Ouroboros, you know, constantly interlinked forever and ever. This heroic red hair. When Melania, blade of Miquella, left the rot flower blossom in Aeonia, Radon heard a murmur in his ear. Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort. Ooh, it's like a sleeper cell. Creepy. So Aeonia, I don't think is in the game anymore. I think that's where the Lake of Rot is, or what's left of it. So Melania she was Miquella's fucking corroborator, right? She's involved in all this. Now, who whispered in his ear? Probably Melania, because they fought on the battlefield. So I'm thinking she hit him with the rot flower, hit him with the scarlet rot, whooped his ass, and then conditioned him, brainwashed him. Miquella almost like said it was like a promised vow. Who promised? Like they promised it? Miquella turned him from a young age? I don't know. Yeah, that's all it says there. Sometimes it has the same shit, but then you'll find another piece and it'll say something different. Look at that, he has horns on his stuff too as well. I think that Radon may have been one of the Omen children. Or one of the horn sent. That's what I think. That's where his affliction comes in. We don't see it so much, but we see it as he's younger. That's what I think. I think it might just be his armor that's adorned by it. But you notice like there's horns. Maybe it's on the armor here as well. Yes, coming out of his arms there. Really cool, very gladiatorial. I have nothing but respect for that dude. I used his lion armor a lot. You see? Young lion. It's like the lion covers up the horns. Who knows? There's so much. What's this? Oh, this is Gaius' stuff. Cool. Gaius, the most senior discipline. I hated him. He's the worst. I was the worst boss they've ever made. Was Gaius, because it desperately wants you to be on horseback and you can survive all of 3 hits. It's a disaster. So it looks like nice. Malakat will always be my favorite. It's like a callback to Dark Souls 2. I love that he's in the game normally. He's just amazing. He deserves better, but sadly with things like this, there's not much more you can tell, you know. Maybe his earlier life, but not really. These blades, these shadows as they're known, there's only like 2 or 3 of them in the game. It's not their fault. They're chosen, like the Empyreans themselves, and it's a curse to be their protector. The Briar stuff, that's very good. Good old Mesmer. Is there anything else to say? I want to know more about Mesmer, because the cutscene zooms in on his eye after he plucks it out. And there's something behind the eye. It could be a seal, it could be a tiny little snake, I don't know. There's something back there. Because it stays on it for way too long, like 7 seconds. I see something wiggling, but it's just not good enough to see. Base serpent was sealed away behind his eye, so it must be the base serpent then. What is a base serpent? Like a primordial serpent? Like one of the serpents from Dark Souls 1? The reason why I call this Dark Souls 4 is not an insult. At the end of Dark Souls 3 DLC, you find this lovely little girl who appears to be a god of sorts, but whatever she paints becomes a world, and you can go inside some of these paintings. And more importantly, at the end, you gift her something very special. The literal dark soul, the pygmy soul, an ancient primordial piece of man, and she paints a new world out of it. That's kind of a little nod from Miyazaki and the team, and they were working on a new world. And that was, 2017. And eventually that new world was birthed, and it was Elden Ring. That's why it has so many close ties. Anyway, cool. There's lots we don't know, but I think that's it. Is there anything else I can do here? Nice. I'm so glad. I thought I'd be in for another like 5 hours. Stank. Nice. We honor our part of the vow. We make the world a gentler place. What was their vow? The vow about the promised consort. But I still don't know who promised them. I think probably it was Miquella. Yeah, and Melania was Miquella's blade, her bodyguard. But also an Empyrean herself would be destined to become the goddess of rot. But she clearly was a bad bitch. Doing all this shit for Miquella. I think when it comes down to it, I think we can all just agree that America needs to never have children again. We know so little and so much about her at the same time. When we went up here to the shaman village, we found out that this is where she was born. Remember what I said about the realm of shadow? It's like a giant prison. Why would she want to lock this away? Unless she did something. Not to mention, the way to get out here, you have to do a secret emote against a statue of America. Now who else would hide that behind a statue of herself but America? Yeah. I don't know, I'm missing a very, very important piece of the puzzle here somewhere. And it's got to do with Miquella and America. Nice. I'll continue playing Bloodborne. Flintlock is out next Thursday. That'll be a new kind of Souls-like replacing this. I really want to give Mesmer another go. I was hoping I could restart the DLC. I don't really fancy restarting the main game. That's just my thoughts on it. It's great, but I put 150 into that, and that's why I won't play Breath of the Wild again. I mean, it's fine. It's how I work. I glass a game. I play it to 100% of my being, and then I move on. Maybe I'll return to it for an anniversary or something, you know. But only the really good ones do I return to. So yeah, this is where fucking... Is that nice? This is where America was born. And you notice that there's another... I already got it here. But this is a minor Erdtree here. That's why it's glowing like that. Basically a baby sapling. And you get a... incantation if I ever find it in this mess of a fucking menu. Is it here? Minor Erdtree. It continually heals. It's a secret incantation of Queen America. Kindness of gold without order. You see, that kindness to them could mean something else, you know? It doesn't mean the same as us. The kindness of gold, which means the golden order, you know? But this one without order. But what they mean is order as in the golden order, which is her family, golden order of gods that she created. But it also means order exactly how we see it, as in order versus chaos. And we know that the frenzied flame is chaos, so that's all this whole game is about, is just all of these gods trying to war against each other, order versus chaos. I think every one of them were manipulated, even America, even the fingers themselves. They may be these chosen sentient giant alien fingers that are meant to be messengers of the gods. I think they themselves are completely fucked in the head as well. Creates a small illusionary Erdtree that continuously restores. America bathed the village of her home in gold, knowing full well that there was no one to heal. Jesus Christ. So everyone was already left here, died here, killed here, but she still tried to bathe it in gold. Now that to me sounds like guilt. Does that not sound like guilt? I can't fix this or bring anybody back, but let's continuously bathe it in gold. She also hid this as well, like a secret, or a mistake, or a great misdeed or something, you know, that kind of way. This is all like up to interpretation, you know, I'm just spitballing. I think America, which, like, what would have happened is the two fingers would have chosen her as the goddess, you know. She would have been chosen as an Empyrean, which is basically a god in waiting. America was one, Rani is one. There's only a few of them, like 3 or 4. I don't think there's any dudes. Oh, actually, Miquella, I suppose, is an Empyrean as well. Do you notice he didn't transform into like God of Holy or God of Light or anything? He still became the king consort. He never made it to godhood. It looked like he almost did. Maybe he was rejected. He came back so that Radahn wouldn't be killed. I don't know. You really are just shooting in the dark with some of this stuff. It's cool though.